and welcome to this week's vlog. It's Tuesday, so I'm starting this vlog at the beginning of the week, which is good. So new week means a new book, and this week I will be starting Firewatching by Russ Thomas. This is for the prompt. Choose a book which has one word in the title. Firewatching is one word. This is the start of a series, like a crime series following D.S. Adam Tyler. A body is found written into the walls of a house. He was buried alive. He tried to claw his way out, and he is linked to an old missing persons case. But D.S. Tyler discovers he has a connection to the case that compromises him, and there is someone in the city who knows what happened to the body and that they're watching D.S. Tyler, and it sounds like D.S. Adam is trying to find this person while this person's trying to maybe kill D.S. Adam. Crime thriller series tend to be the genre that I go to a lot of the time. It is my favourite genre. But I'm always wary about starting new series because I have so many ongoing already, and I have my favourite authors where it's like, can I start a new series? Will I be able to carry on a new series? I think it is book one, and I think book two has been released. So if I do enjoy this, it will be a series I carry on. But my series list is horrendously out of date. Yeah, I checked on that last night. Yeah, is all I'm gonna say. Yeah, so this is 418 pages long, so this will be my my working week, I will say, book, with thrillers / crimes. I tend to read them quite quickly, unintentionally. Also, I do have a quick reading speed, but with these, I tend to just, especially if it's a good one, I tend to just fall into it and I just blast through it. I can't remember, there was one book I read last year and I can't remember which one it was, and it was similar pages, 400 pages, and I started at 6:30, and I had it finished by like 9, which even for me, 2.5 hours is ridiculously quick for a 400 page book. I'm not pushing for that at all, but you know, go me. Yeah. It's also by a male author, and I don't tend to naturally gravitate towards male authors. I do tend to stick to my female authors. However, there are male authors who I'm coming across more and more where I'm like, oh, I want to read you. Whereas before I would see a male author and just go, no. Because especially when there is that stereotype that they can't write female characters that well, which I have found in some occasions, which does put me off, and I'm trying to find those authors, those male authors where I'm like, I like you, I need to read more males, you're actually putting me on the right track. If that makes any sense at all. So yeah, so I'm gonna go crack on reading this. I will probably update tomorrow, guys, but this is also me. It will probably be like Friday when I update you, or Saturday, so when I finish. Yeah, do I have any other plans this week? Not really, no. Yeah, I say not really. I need to go through my series tracker. And I also want to go through my wish list and get rid of some books, because family and friends do buy me books off it, but then I've added all of my pre-orders that I've cancelled, and there are some books on there where I'm like, I did like you, you're very YA, do I want you anymore? Or even thrillers where I'm like, I only put you on there for the hype. So yeah, that's it really, bookish wise anyway. So yeah, I'll stop dithering on and update you when I am somewhere through Firewatching. with no piece of hair this time. It's Saturday. Guess who didn't read since Tuesday? The excuse is the same as normal. I was absolutely knackered, so I didn't read. But I read 27 pages on Tuesday. I've just done a 50-minute sprint and got to page 198. So I think safe to say I will definitely finish this book today. I am loving this book. It is a solid 4 stars. Characters are well developed for the most part from what you read. You find out backstory without feeling like here's every bit of information, have fun, or here's a tiny bit of information, you're never going to hear about this part again. Always good fun. So yes, I will definitely be finishing this today. Probably before the women's rugby starts at 2:30, she says. I'm not leaving the house today, so as soon as I finish this and I've watched a couple of matches, I'll be on to another book, and I will have a second book finished this weekend. And yes, I am not letting the tiredness get me down. But yeah, no, a solid start to a new series, hopefully. 2 o'clock Saturday, just finished fire watching. My rating was right earlier, strong 4 stars. Great characters, great story. A hard-hitting story, I will say, especially at the ending when you realise how it all connects. Something that you would hope would never happen in real life, but the realistic person who realises that probably could happen and does happen in real life. Strong characters. I hope to see a lot of the side-ish characters, I will say, who aren't our main character, DS Tyler. Is it DS or DC? DS, I was right. I hope a lot of these characters come back. I think they do, but I think this will just be like a core group and they are all involved in every story. I'm hoping for yeah, good writing, nice flow. To say I read, let's say, 400 pages in 120 minutes or 2 hours, because I did 2 50-minute sprints and 20 minutes into another sprint. That's a good read, and I wasn't skim reading, I wasn't glossing over things. That was with me reading every page. Yeah, and I enjoyed the blog element of it. When at the end, when that all kind of connected, I kind of do a quick flick back to them pages, because I said I just finished it. I did finish it a few minutes ago. And when you realise how it ends and then you read them blog parts again, and I'm just like, that's really good. I like that connection. So yeah, definitely a series I want to carry on with. I think there are 2 more books out, so this will be a series I just read, not as the books come out, but as and when I find the books and buy them. So yeah, so book 17 of the year done. I was only meant to be on book 15 by the end of March, so good. I'm going to go watch a match because the Women's Six Nations starts today. It's Wales versus Ireland in Cardiff. And then I need to select one of them 2 books to read. I think I'm going to go with Electra. I was about to say the End of Men. I think I'm going to go with Electra just because I think I can get that read today and tomorrow, and then the End of Men could be next week's book. But yeah, and then I have started thinking about April's TBR, which is all fun and games. I think I will just stick with my 5 books, but let's see. But yeah, I will update you when I start Electra. Hello, it is later Saturday. You can probably hear my dryer in the background. I do apologise. I'm just about to start Electra by Jennifer Saint. This is a retelling where you follow Clytemnestra, Cassandra and Electra. Hopefully that is how you say that first name. If not, I apologise, it's very rude of me. Jennifer has quite quickly become one of my auto-buy authors. As a lover of history and Greek and Roman history, things like that, I do struggle to find books that I like and authors that I like, because sometimes I just think it's very history heavy, or I just like people like Rick Riordan who do YA. So I am slowly developing my taste in the adult author genre, yeah, if I can speak. So it is signed by Jennifer. She actually came to Bradford Literature Festival last year. I didn't get my book signed then, I already had a book from her. But it was really nice to hear from her, and she introduced me to other authors, and well, the other authors there, and I'm like, oh, I want to read you as well. It's kind of one of the reasons why I like Bradford Lit Fest or literature festivals in general. It's like I can look through the thing and be like the program, be like, ooh, I haven't heard of you before, but that topic's something that I really want to like know more about. I'll go. Yeah, and obviously it's local, and it seems to be getting bigger. Like last year we had Samantha Shannon, although me and Ada didn't realise until the day of and after seeing Jennifer Saint and other authors, so we were a bit gutted, but we move. Anyway, Electra is for the prompt for a book with a person's name in the title. It was literally the first book to come to mind. I think it is the only book that I had with someone's name in the title. And it is 338 pages long. I am not aiming to finish this book tonight. If I can get to like the 150 mark, I will be extremely happy. And then I can finish this tomorrow after D&D, because D&D is back, people. I have to send something to the Games Master actually, I'll do that next. So yeah, if I can get to 150 mark, I'll be happy. It's nearly 50%. Can finish that tomorrow, and then next week I just have to finish that one there. I have decided to film April's TBR tomorrow. I already have 3 books for it. One because it's obviously my Clay Rejob bookshelf, and the other 2 are because of reasons which I will explain in my TBR video, not to give away now. But I have really enjoyed this month. I know it's not the end of the month, so I think Ada's Present to Me will be coming out again. Yeah, definitely going to be happening again. But anyway, I'll stop bothering, and I will give you an update probably before I go to bed about where I get to with Electra. Saturday evening, just going to bed. I've read 107 pages of Electra. Really liking Cass and Clementus. Is it Clementus? Clytemnestra. I'm liking their chapters. Electra, she's the weakest of the 3, but I think that's because of her age, but hopefully that will change as the story continues. Yeah, really liking it so far. Really liking it so far. I know I said I would aim to read 250 tonight, because it's near 50%. This book is split in 3. Editing Michelle here. It's not split in 3, it's split in 4. So I've naturally ended at the end of part 1, so hence the reason for stopping tonight. But I say this for every book, it feels like it's a quick read for me, so I should definitely be able to finish it tomorrow, depending on how I get on with filming and ironing and getting ready for tomorrow morning before I go to D&D. I may read part 2 before I go, but let's say I would bring it to and read on the bus to D&D, but I go shopping before I go D&D, and due to bus time and Sunday and all that jazz, so my bag's normally packed, so I don't really have room to lift it out easily. But I'll stop waffling, and I will update you tomorrow with what I think. Hello, it's 3 o'clock Sunday. I've just finished Electra. 4 stars. I thoroughly enjoy my history tellings, and as I said earlier, Jennifer has quickly become an auto-buy author. I just love reading these Greek stories from a woman's perspective, and it's not just this dainty, oh, I wait for my husband and I did this, and oh, I'm this innocent woman. It's gritty, there's violence, but there's emotion where you understand why they're being violent, if that makes sense. And Jennifer's writing is just, it flows perfectly. And despite the fact that in this book you've got 3 POVs and each chapter is a different person's point of view, it doesn't feel like a massive jump where you're like, oh, well, we're now reading from Cassandra, oh, now it's Electra, oh, now it's Clytemnestra. It feels natural to jump from each person. Speaking of the characters, so we have Clytemnestra, Cassandra and Electra, our title's character, our main character, she's going by the title. Jennifer could have removed Electra from this story and it wouldn't have made a difference. I honestly didn't care for Electra's chapters because it's just this pouty girl who, I understand her dad's been away for a while, her mum's brought this new man in, I get it, but literally all it is my dad's gone and my mum's got a new man, I want to hurt her for this, and my dad's so innocent and my dad is perfect, and it's like, you were 6, 7 when your dad went, you don't know what he was actually like. Whereas Cassandra's and Clytemnestra's, you could tell they were fighting for their survival. They were doing what they think right to survive. Cassandra's story did make me well up a little bit, especially at the beginning when she got her powers. But that is what some of the gods were like. And her struggle to be heard, and how this person who was causing all this pain in her family really was the only one who cared about her. And then Clytemnestra was more of a, I thought my life would be like this. My life is actually like this. I need to fight to survive, for my children to survive, and this man I love and marry hasn't turned out to be the man I thought he would be. Although I was quite surprised that she only got angry at Helen near the end, and it's like, yeah, she's the reason that this happened to your daughter. She would be the one I'd be aiming some revenge on, by the way. I know she's his sister, but blood's blood. Unless all's fair in love and war, I'll say. So yeah, book 7 done, meaning I only have The End of Men by Christina Sweeney Baird to read. It's 403 pages. I'm not reading this today. If I somehow manage to read this today, I'll be very surprised. But this is for the prompt. Choose a book with a dedication to mum, and Christina's dedication is to, for my mum, Margarita. I'm so very glad to be your daughter, which is quite a lovely dedication. Oh, how did I forget the word then? So yeah, this book synopsis is short and simple. Glasgow 2025. Dr. Amanda McLean is called to treat a young man with a mild fever. Within 3 hours he dies. The mysterious illness sweeps through the hospital with deadly speed. The victims are all men. This is how it begins. Dr. McLean raised the alarm, but the sickness spreads to every corner of the globe, threatening families, governments and countries. Can they find a cure before it's too late? Will this be the story of the end of the world or its salvation? I'm here for it. I read Afterland by Lauren Blake, I want to say, if that's not her name, yeah. Which was very similar, where it's a disease spreading through men, killing them, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I also read that during the start of COVID, and it kind of helped with what was going on in the world and this uncertainty of what was happening. It kind of helped reading something that showed there was some life after something world altering. So I think that is why I picked up, well, I pre-ordered The End of Men. I am a little bit worried I'm going to compare it to Afterland. However, positive Michelle, we are not comparing. So yeah, so hopefully I will come to you tonight saying I am so many pages of the way through, and then next week's vlog will just be me reading this. But this is me, so during the week I'll probably not read. But yeah, I'll update you when I am some way through The End of Men tonight. Hello, end of Sunday vlog update thing. 28% of the way through The End of Men. The author has a letter at the start of her book where she explains how she had this story written from 2018. So while I can see the connections to the big pandemic we just had, it wasn't inspired. Yeah, like I said, 28% of the way through, really enjoying it, really quick read. You get straight into the day 1, day 0 of this virus, and you follow many different women in different parts of life and plans and jobs and how it affects them. So enjoying it, but I will go into more in next week's vlog probably. But a good week, 2 books down, 1 book to go till my March TBR is done. Happy Shelley. But until the next one,